Why NASCAR Cup is a silly season this time? You must be thinking this right, because Tony Stewart has found his guy. Hello NASCARians and welcome back to NASCAR Zone. Today we are going to talk about a new driver for Stewart Haas Racing who is going to drive for the 2023 season. But before we begin, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. So, let's get started. In 2023, Stewart Haas Racing will have a new set of drivers in their lineup. Ryan Preece, the team's reserve driver, will be taking over for Custer in the number 41 Ford Mustang in the NASCAR Cup Series. This decision was made because Custer was unable to qualify the car for the playoffs in either of the previous two seasons. Custer, at 24 years old, appeared in 108 races for SHR over the course of 3 years. In 2020, he won at Kentucky, which allowed him to advance to the NASCAR Cup playoffs that year. However, in the subsequent two seasons, he has been a major letdown, placing 25th and 26th in the final standings with only 5 top 10 finishes in a total of 72 races. After competing in the Cup Series for the past 3 years, Custer has decided to move down to the Xfinity Series. Preece, who is now 32 years old, competed in the Cup Series full-time for the last time with JTG Daugherty Racing in 2021. That year, he finished 27th in the standings and had a season-best finish of 4th place at the Summer Daytona event. During the year 2022, Preece spent his time in the Stewart Haas camp working on the team simulator and making the most of his few opportunities in the top 3 NASCAR series. He competed in the Cup Series twice for Rick Ware Racing, the Xfinity Series 3 times for the team owned by BJ McLeod, and the Truck Series 10 times for David Gilliland Racing. Over the past few months, Ryan Preece has passed up driving opportunities in NASCAR's developmental series, despite the fact that he is aware of the possibility that he will be given the chance to drive the number 41 Cup car for Stewart Haas Racing in 2023. How the 2023 season is going to be for Stewart Haas Racing? What do you think? Let us know in the comments section below, and do subscribe to our channel for future updates. Although it was by no means a foregone conclusion, his funding was beginning to come together, and he was aware that SHR might be open to the idea of replacing driver Custer. Preece is an obvious choice for the position of SHR reserve driver and simulator driver at this point in time. Even less than a month ago, team owner Gene Haas stated that team co-owner Tony Stewart wanted to give Preece an opportunity, but Haas wanted to give Custer another year in Cup competition. Because there were no assurances, Preece was aware that he might end up without a ride or have a season similar to the one he had in 2022, in which he made a few starts in the Cup Series, a few starts in the Xfinity Series, and a couple of starts in the Truck Series. Preece stated about this that there were quite a few other teams that came to him, whether they were full-time or part-time, and he thought about if there was the least bit of potential for him to wind up at Stewart Haas, he wasn't going to walk away from it. He was willing to sit there until there was absolutely no hope, and even though he might not have a job or a ride, he was willing to take that chance. He sat there until there was absolutely no hope. This week, he was rewarded for his patience when SHR made the decision to substitute Preece for Custer in the Cup Series for the upcoming season. In 2023, SHR will field 2 cars in the Xfinity Series, and Custer will be one of the drivers for the team. Preece, who is 32 years old and has competed in a combined total of 74 races, has won twice in the Xfinity Series and twice in trucks. Therefore, he is familiar with victory. But competing in stock cars has been a challenge for the driver who won the NASCAR Modified Series in 2013. Preece is continuing a series in which he has not enjoyed a great deal of success. During his 3 years with JTG Daugherty Racing, he finished 26th, 29th, and 27th in the standings. He had 2 finishes in the top 5 and 9 finishes in the top 10. According to Stewart, Ryan Preece has been a huge addition to our race team this year as we develop the next-gen car. He deserves this opportunity because of the time and work he's put into our program, in addition to the racing experience he's had in the real world. Preece is accustomed to acting in a manner that is not typical, After competing in the Xfinity Series with JD Motorsports in 2016, he drove a reduced schedule in 2017, consisting of only 4 Xfinity races, while also competing in modifieds on a full-time basis. However, during those 4 Xfinity races, he competed for Joe Gibbs Racing and placed in the top 5 in all of them, including a victory in one of them. This allowed him to increase his workload in 2018, participating in 15 Xfinity races before securing a seat with JTG in the Cup Series. After a period of 3 years during which there were many more discouraging days than encouraging ones, Preece found himself without a ride in the Cup and decided to accept the post of SHR reserve driver in 2022. Kevin Harvick has been best Stewart-Haas Racing's top NASCAR Cup Series driver for most of the past decade. What do you think? Will Ryan Preece live up to this expectation? Let us know in the comments section below, and do subscribe to our channel for future updates. Preece said that it's 5 years later, and he thinks about that risk, and he said to himself, "Man, that could have gone way different. Just like this could have gone way different. That could have gone way different, just as this could have gone way different." However, he has never been the kind of person who follows traditional values. Now, all that is required of Preece is to triumph and deliver. That is far simpler to say than it is to accomplish. Throughout his career, Custer has won 12 races in Xfinity and trucks, but he has only managed to win 1 Cup race during his rookie season and only 5 top 10s over the past 2 years. Since leaving JTG Daugherty, Preece has joined an organization that not only has far more depth, but also has significantly more support from manufacturers. Preece stated he has learned what he needs as a race car driver in order to communicate or get the most out of the people who are working with him, or what he can do better. He has learned what he needs as a race car driver in order to get the most out of the people that are working with me, or what he can do better. It is therefore a second opportunity, but at the same time, there is a lot to be said for having the support of the manufacturer and having Ford Performance on your side. Every single thing that they bring to our table opens up fantastic possibilities for me personally. According to Preece, the role of crew chief has not yet been decided. When people are asking you to drive their race cars, and you're basically saying, "I can't walk away from SHR," he is pretty sure there were a lot of people who are really close to him who thought he was crazy a month and a half ago. He is pretty sure there were a lot of people who thought he was crazy. He is unable to commit to doing that. He is not going to waste time pondering my appearance in the mirror. To me, it made perfect sense. He wished for the best and did everything that he thought he could do to help move things ahead. But at the end of the day, it needed everything and everyone's help to make it happen. He had hoped for the best and done everything that he felt like he could do to help move things along. And that has taken place. What thoughts do you have regarding this? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of our incredible videos. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.